Now, Tapelo, I understand that you are a victim of abuse from a very tender age. And one thing which I have realized with you is you have turned abuse to be a blessing. You have worked hard to take that as a stepping stone to change your life, to change the world, to change your community, at least. And we can see one of your products, a marvelous book which I have read, Don't Fall to Crack, right? And it was written by you. When was this?
I wrote this book in 2022.
2022.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was published on the same year. It was published on April 1st, 2022.
How is it? Is it an edition for 2022?
Yes.
Wow. Well, and it's trending already.
Yeah.
When I see this book in a lot of bookshops, I never knew that it's a new book for this year.
I made a point of that it gets at every bookstore since it's a motivational book and it's a healing weapon to everyone who went through gender-based violence in different categories.
Okay.
Yes.
This is so magnificent and powerful. I all along when I read this book, I never thought it was 2022. I thought maybe it's a 3-year-old book. Because I mean, I see it in most shops around Zanin and some parts of South Africa already.
This book was written on 17 January 2022.
Okay.
And it got into the hands of the publisher by 24th January 2022. And April 1st, 2022 is the day it was published officially.
Wow. 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 This is marvelous. Now, going back to reflect in your childhood, what made you to write such a book which is full of emotions, full of bad experience, full of hurt? I mean, when I read this book, if it was someone, he could have committed suicide, or maybe that particular person could not be in your position the way you are pushing now. You are still strong. I've been listening to you talking. You are pushing, and you are still writing some scripts as well. What is it that made you to reach this point of writing such a book which is so touching?
As I grew up loving to read, going to libraries to read, and also reading books, writing short stories, not knowing that one day I will become a professional writer, but I was longing to be one someday. Yeah. So, due to what I went through from the age of 11 years up until today, I thought that maybe I shouldn't be the one who confide through writing. There are others outside there, they don't know how could they confide, and they are afraid to be judged by people only because they'll be saying, they'll put that stigma of saying this person is HIV positive, he's taking treatment, he's been raped. So as a victim of rape and got diagnosed with HIV on the process, I can say I felt safe to heal through writing everything that has happened to me. Wow. Staying under the bridge, discovering that I am TB diagnosed after finding out that I'm HIV positive from rape. Then going to school, not having uniform, not having shoes, carrying my books in a testic rice, going upside down, asking for places to sleep for a night, selling my soul just to get food to eat. So it was a lot. And after I have written this book, I felt like something on my shoulder was removed. Yeah. So yeah. I removed the burden that was been luggaging me all along. So I felt like, let me write a piece of a paper to show people out there that are appreciated regardless of what they went through. Wow. Instead, I can say my journey was a blessing in disguise. And I want other people to know that you can heal through writing, you can heal through talking. It depends by how you feel safe. Okay. Yeah, you can feel safe through writing, you can feel safe through talking. So you are the one who knows which process you want to take. Okay. So myself, I felt safe through writing.
Oh, wow. But you have touched something which is very crucial and sensitive, Nico, if you were listening. She mentioned the issue of rape at a very early age. And we are just out of the Women's Month. And what she indicated here is something which is just out of control in South Africa, because we have got a lot of women who are being raped. We have got gender-based violence. I mean, South Africa is now rated one of the highest in those cases in the world now. And she's mentioning of these incidents at a very young age. If you can, maybe for the sake of those who are listening and for the sake of those who are going through the same, I mean, there are a lot of young girls who are being victimized, a lot of young girls who are being raped, and not girls alone, even boys. They're being raped each and every day. So I just want you to indicate your age and how did it happen that you found yourself in that scenario, in that situation, which is very life-destroying, of being raped.
Due to being a pauper,
Okay.
I come from a very poor background.
Okay.
And my mom was blind. So when I was born, I found that my mom was blind, but what happened, I don't know. I just know that she wasn't born blind.
Okay.
So the advantage was that the man was in a relationship with my mom, wasn't my biological father.
It wasn't?
Yes,
Okay.
It wasn't my biological father. So I had a stepbrother from the stepfather.
All right.
So he was an ex-convict. He would go in and out of jail. So, and it was through theft, rape, and so forth, killing, such things.
Okay.
So he took advantage of that. My mom wouldn't see anything. So he would point me using a knife. He would point me in a knife, putting it on my throat while penetrating. I wouldn't shake, I wouldn't cry. I was shocked only because it was something I was experiencing for the first time. So he did this several times, and I didn't have that power to talk, but I will tell my mom that this and this is happening while we are here, but I understand the situation. So what are we doing now? So my mom will be like, it's a family thing, let's put it aside. You see, I didn't know that she was struggling for me to find something to put in my stomach.
Sure.
I didn't know that she was abused every day.
Okay, your mom was also abused?
Yes, she was also abused by this stepfather.
Oh.
Yeah, every time when I wake up, there were times where I would wake up and find a spade with a blood, and you will see that this is a recent blood.
Sure.
At night, sometimes I will hear her screaming. But since I was young, there was no way I could go and help. So I can say this tragedy has been happening. It's been happening in the bloodline from my mom to me. So at first I was like, maybe it's a normal thing. It's how we are supposed to live in my family. Up until I had that stand of saying, let me talk this out. Let me get help. That's when I tried to go and confide to one of the family members. So when I tried to talk, they were like, it's a family thing and it's a disgrace in the family. You won't talk about such things of a rape at the young age like this. And they gave me two choices. Either I discard the matter or I go out and see where I'm going to live. So that's how I ended up being under the bridge, staying there, going to school on an empty stomach, you see. So having no shelter to be protected under. But I just persevered, made sure of that. I carry on going to school while I didn't have a proper uniform. While I would go not eating anything like any other kid. But I didn't mind that I slept inside the water on the bridge, or I slept where I didn't mind that. I kept on persevered, being persistent that I will end this situation. If it's a case, I will break the yoke. And here I am today. I've written a book titled Don't Fall to Crack But to Conquer Only, because by the time I've fallen, I just crumbled and oppled, but I didn't crack. I found a way to move forward, and today I'm proud of what I have become. Because many teenagers or many of my peers wouldn't manage what I am now. Wouldn't manage to be here. Some committed suicide. Some they ended up going outside selling their souls just to make money, to make a survival. But myself, I chose to go to school on an empty stomach, not having a lunch, not having a uniform, but I persevered on that. Here I am today. I'm a founder of Tapelo M Foundation. I'm a published author. I'm a script writer. Now I'm being featured in a magazine, in Great Times magazine, which I was given a blog just yesterday, and I'm owning 80% of the blog.
Wow.
So I can say I have conquered. I have conquered.
For sure.
Yes, I am.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for such a powerful outlining of what happened. But probably we need to hear more about your age, because I do believe there are a lot of parents outside there. They are not aware that there is a rape within the family, and this thing is haunting elderly people now. Like when you are old, it haunts you. So I want you to indicate to us what age were you when these things happened?
This thing has happened in 2009 when I was 11 years old.
11 years old?
Yes, I was in grade 6 by then.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this guy, how old was he?
He was 15 years older than me.
He was 15 years older.
Yes.
So meaning to say, you stayed with this guy as your brother.
Yeah.
And you described him
as a brother.
Mm-hmm. But he was forcing himself to sleep with you at knife point.
At a knife point.
And the parents never saw this coming.
The stepfather, as I said before, that he was abusive.
Mm-hmm.
I think my mom didn't want to confide to the stepfather only because she was afraid of her life or what. I don't know. Maybe she was threatened.
Sure.
And remember, she was blind. She wouldn't defend herself.
Oh.
So I just understood that she won't defend me while she can't defend for herself. So she was helpless. I don't blame her. May her soul continue to rest in peace. I won't blame her. It's what was happening. So I can say maybe it's something that made me stronger today.
Yeah.
If this whole thing didn't happen, maybe I wouldn't be where I am today. Yeah. I would have given up a long time ago, knowing that I wake up, find breakfast on the table, maybe having everything, having different clothes with different labels. I wouldn't put more effort on my life. But I can say today, I am what I am only because of what has happened to me. Because of what I went through. I am built up. Now I'm strong.
You are strong.
Yes.
You are strong.
I'm strong.
We appreciate it. And then tell us about I understand your mom passed away. And what about the stepfather?
The stepfather is still alive.
He's still alive.
Yes.
I'm sure he must be remorseful or something of that nature, since now you have managed to overcome this.
I never met her. I never met him. It's for a long time. The last time I saw him was, I think it was 2012. Yeah. 2012. It was 2012.
So soon after the cases of rape is when you last saw him.
Yes, we disparted.
So where is the brother?
The brother is still wandering around. As you know that nowadays, for justice to be served for you, you have to have money. It seems like justice is not served for poor people. So that's how the matter has ended. It never got into the hands of the police, though I tried. But you know that, yes, I tried. But what I am surprised of is they will tell me that the documents are lost. We don't see the docket. When it's time for them to send me a case number, they will say, your magistrate decided that we mustn't carry on with the matter. Why? Only because you didn't tell me that you want to discard the matter, but I came for help. So it means that only because I am poor, I won't be helped by the state. So I just decided that there's no problem. I just give everything to the hands of the Lord. He's the one who's going to deal with him, and as the family, as the rest, since the police won't help.
Sure. You want to say something, Nico?
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why many people are afraid to speak up these days, because they feel like maybe their cases will be rejected or they won't be taken seriously. I think that's why many people are afraid to open up. And I think the government or people need to interfere in this matter, because cases of gender-based violence keep on rising up because of such reasons.
Growing abruptly.
I think, Nico, you are right in a way. Even, you know what is the problem here? Well, we are not law officials or to that we can manage to dissect this issue. But I understand what she says about Dorcas being lost. Of course, it's questionable. But also the fact that it was not reported immediately after all these incidents, it will be a bit difficult to crack, because, I mean, it was something which was reported after, isn't it? So, on your note, I just want to add, to say, I feel as a nation, or as women, or as men who are being victimized, we need to come out and talk. Even if there's no evidence, I mean, if we can make noise about this thing, that I was once raped, I do believe this will change our nation, because, I mean, there's no evidence that we were raped, but if the awareness can go out there to people to say, hey, I was raped at the age of 11, the perpetrator is just walking around. He cannot be arrested, because it can't be justified. But I think that noise, you know, I always tell people with boys, even my wife, I would say, you know what, we need to protect our boy child. And she always say, why? I say, I was sharing with her to say, there was a maid when I grew up. The maid will repeatedly rape me as well. Yeah. But now, you know, it's not easy to rape a boy, because here, upstairs, is not sexually active. Yeah, but I remember very well that when I was 5, 6, the maids, they will, if there are no people at the house, they will take us, strip us naked, and force themselves on us. I know very well that it was happening to us. So, but if I don't voice out to talk, that the boys, they need to be protected as well. Our maids, they can do that. Our relatives, they can do that to our small boys. I mean, if it's happening to small boys, if it happened to me, that the maid was doing that to me, what about girls who are more vulnerable? So, but now, it's like, it's a shame, Nico. It's a shame that you were raped, and we conceal it. We don't want to talk about it, and we don't want it to be known that I was victimized, I'm a victim of rape. I mean, something which, that's why I'm saying, how did you manage? You fell, but you did not crack. Now you're a speaker. So, I'm just saying this to concur with what you are saying. It's very important. I'm sure, to those who are watching and listening, South Africa, let's rise up. There are a lot of women there who are going to watch this and who are watching this. If you're a rape victim and you can't speak out, it's high time to speak out. It's high time to speak out. Rather make noise. Rather make this thing make noise. They cannot be arrested. But the noise which we're going to make about rape, it will make others be afraid of raping. It's an awareness. So it's like HIV. When HIV was being spoken of, and then when there were some campaigns of HIV, people didn't have HIV. Most people didn't have HIV. But we had to make noise for them, so that they must be conscientized that there's HIV. So we also need to conscientize people that there is rape, and not rape to old people alone, but young people. They're being raped, our girls. And it's destroying their destination. I mean, that guy is on the loose and the father is there, but unfortunately, he passed away. But we appreciate, we thank God for your strength, for what God did for you. But now, going back a little bit, you mentioned the issue of you not talking for the sake of the family, and you going to sleep under the bridge and staying under the bridge. What exactly made you to decide to leave home and stay under the bridge? As a girl, I mean, were you not afraid?
No, I wasn't afraid at all. Because I still had that depression and trauma, also the flashbacks of what was happening. So I just told myself that if they don't want to fight for me, let me fight for myself. If I have to die on the street, be trampled by lions, then let it be. Because already I'm dead inside. They've taken that opportunity for me to call myself a pure woman. They took my virginity at a young age. I even surround them with that perpetrator only because they wouldn't choose to stand for the perpetrator while I'm their family, but they don't want to stand for me.
Yeah.
It seems like taking a justice in their hands for the sake of my life.
Yeah.
It was useless. But more powerful thing is for them to protect a person who is still going to ruin other people's lives out there.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the family member again.
Yeah,
So
maybe, yeah.
I just told myself I don't want to end up being abused like the way my mom was abused.
Sure.
I can say my mom was blind and abused, but I'm not blind. I was just abused. So I had eyes, I had my foot, I have hands even now. So I can still fight for myself. There's no such of saying when you talk, the perpetrator will come back to you and threaten you again. Immediately you raise your voice to other people. That perpetrator won't do anything to you.
That's true.
Because it will be obvious that he's the one who has done this
He will
thing.
be disarmed.
Yes.
So just clarify something here. When you went to stay under the bridge, is it after you found out that you are positive or what? It was before?
It was after I found out that I'm positive.
And you were already taking medication then?
Yes, I was.
So how were you managing? Because so how were you managing? Because I mean, you go. And you didn't have food. How was she managing? I mean,
Mr. Gerald, God does wonders.
Yeah.
I used to eat sardines. Do you know sardines?
Sardines.
That small fish.
Yeah.
In the just smaller water.
Yeah.
Yes, I used to eat that. I would eat that sardines, then take my medication after. Wow. Then when it's a due date for me to go and take a treatment again, I would go there. Maybe someday go to dustbins, just find food there and eat. Some days I would go door to door, ask for food, then they would give me and I eat, then take my treatment. That's how I have survived.
Wow.
And sometimes I will take my treatment on an empty stomach and just go to the stream just to drink water, but nothing has happened to me. I never seen any side effect. I just been normal.
Huh. So where was this? Where did it exactly happen?
It was the same 2011.
But where is it? At home? Yeah,
at home, at Polokwane.
Or in Polokwane? Sure. So when you were sleeping under the bridge, were you not a victim again of rape and other? Because in the streets we know that there are boys, right? So how?
I can say I was looking like a hobo, so yes. So like they took me as one of them. Yeah, those Nyauta boys, they took me as one of them. And we were so close to a point where we would sit on a big stone, a rock inside the water just to share our news. Someone will say, I was evicted from home after my parents died. And then you see, we were sharing stories. So there was no one who say I'm taking advantage of this person. So that's how I have survived. Even today we are still communicating
with some of those guys.
Yes. And as I'm talking to you, one of them is working at BMW.
Wow.
One of them is having a company. So we have conquered all of us.
Wow.
Yes.
So maybe we're just ignorant to judge street kids, and I mean, it's for the first time to hear that you had some meetings with these guys, and some of them they are somewhere in life. So meaning to say, we mischarge people, and when we see street kids, we will just go there and give them names. We look down upon them.
And I can say I knew that this will happen to me.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew that everything that has happened will happen. You can ask how, because I see that you got surprised. Like, as I'm saying, I was taking care of my grandmom.
Okay.
Yeah, I was taking care of my grandmom because my mom wouldn't do anything since she was blind.
Yeah.
My grandmom was diagnosed with sugar diabetes. Yeah, so there's this day, you know that a person when is diagnosed of sugar diabetes, sometimes she'll wake up fainted, sometimes she'll have a short breath and like that. So this day she was shorting a breath. So she was like, my daughter, come here. I was used to calling my mom because she's the one who was taking care of me. So she was like, Sesita Monu. Then my grandmom said, you know what? Everything that will happen to you, it will be something that will put bread on your table.
Wow.
And that time, I will be gone.
Wow.
You see? So, because I was still young, I didn't understand anything. I was like, no, maybe grandma is hallucinating like the other days due to the disease.
Sickness,
Yes. Guess what? It's the day she departed from her soul. Yeah, I think she felt like today is my day.
Let me tell you, my
you
grandchild.
So, after everything that has been happening, that voice was still inside me, and it was still talking to me, you see. Then, before I could write a manuscript, it was last year, 2021, around October, I was from the campus, I was writing my internal exams. So when I got back, I was like, no, only because it's around 12, let me take a nap. I'll wake up around 5, then I'll start cooking. Then while I was sleeping...
It was 12 in the afternoon?
Yes, 12 in the afternoon. I was from the school, I was writing an internal around 8 in the morning. So when I got home, I was like, let me take a nap. Then I will wake up around 5, then I'll start cooking. So while I was sleeping, I had a dream. But I felt like it was a reality, something that is happening, and I'm there. So the voice was saying, Sora. She was speaking You see? Then I woke up with a shock. Then when I woke up, I was like, no, I'm shocked. Let me go to the bathroom too. Then when I came back, I was like, let me take my phone under the pillow so that I can call my aunt to tell her such dream. When I was about to take my phone under the pillow, I found a padlock book. I found a black pen. I found a snuff, homemade snuff. You see? So I found a note written, Then I was like, yo, what are these things? Then I continued to call my aunt. Money, experience and do so. Manari, yo, let me pray, I'll get back to you. Then then after this no then it happened to I received an SMS stating that, dear NS Fast beneficiary, come and collect your laptop tomorrow. We have sponsored with a laptop. Then I was like, no, this SMS is a scam. There's no way. I never applied for any laptop. Then I received a call from one of the receptionists at the campus by the name of Mahatsi. He's a friend to me. He do poetry things. He's a poet. So he was like, friend, come and collect your laptop. It was delivered today, but you can come tomorrow. I was like, yo, is this thing a reality? I was like, yes. Then I went there tomorrow to collect my laptop. That's how it became simple for me to start writing. So it took me a week before I could start writing after I have got
that book.
That book and those things, snakes, so forth, and the laptop. I just put it there and say, let me take a rest and process the whole thing. Then there's this day, it was Thursday. It was Thursday, November now. So while I was sleeping, 12 midnight. Then something was touching me. I can feel that something is touching me indeed. Then I woke up and shocked. Then when I woke up, then I said, there's nothing, maybe I'm dreaming. Let me take a nap again. Then when I'm trying to take a nap, that voice came back again. Then is the day I began to write Don't Fall to Crack but to Conquer during midnight. Thursday, November.
Wow. So exciting and powerful. Sure. But you know, your journey is, I've got lots of questions for you. And I understand that we can't cover all these questions in one session. But there's drug abuse outside there, and most of the people who are into drugs mostly is because of social issues.
Yeah.
So I want to know, for the sake of those who are listening, because do you not have, you know what, I've been interviewing a number of people, and there are some ladies who are married, but they are struggling with drugs. So, and there are also men who are struggling with drugs. When I say drugs, I mean like marijuana, all this crystal meth. We have got ladies who are like that. They're into drugs. So, and most of them, when I try to dig, of course, they're not as open as you are, but there's some reflections of abuse. So, I also want to know from your side, or since you were with some street kids, were you not affected by the drug life at that particular time?
No, I was not.
All right.
I grew up being a praying child.
Okay.
My grandma taught me to pray hard.
Wow.
I would even go to Moria just to go and pray and take maybe 7 days while I was under the bridge. Even those securities knew me.
Okay.
So I was no longer a stranger there. So yeah, I'm a praying person, and from the beginning.
Wow.
So no, I wasn't intimidated by such things.
So Tapendo, you are a woman. I am personally looking forward to see a family, your children, and I mean a legacy. It's not just Tapendo control like that, but there's still more to come. I mean, we're talking of books, but I can see that there's projection, a bright projection for the future already, from what you are saying and how you fell and you sustained all these fallings, you did not crack. But now, as a woman, you are still young. How do you feel if you see us men? How do you feel if you see men? You know, men around you, like, how do you feel now?
At first, before I would see psychologists and other professionals,
Yeah.
I was so aggressive to a point where I would hear a voice from a man. I felt like I could jump, just to jump to his throat and strangle him. But since I got help, I'm no longer like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm no longer like that. And before I was abusive in my relationship, my past relationship.
Okay.
I was abusive in a way I felt like I didn't want to be controlled by a man anymore. Yeah, even though you will tell me, no, this is wrong, I would jump where you will see that, no, there is a monster inside this person. Yeah, but now I'm fine. I'm healed. Even though I'm talking about everything that I went through, I'm no longer be emotional. Like I'm
you are healed. I can see. I mean, a lot of people don't cry.
A lot of people will cry.
Don't cry. Yeah, don't cry. But you know what, Nico? She's saying words of power. She's saying, when I would see a guy, I'll feel like to strangle him. And my past relationships were abusive. You know, we are having a challenge as men and young marriages actually. Now, if you look generally, especially here in South Africa, men no longer want to stay with women. And I am sure what we have just mentioned is one of the contributing factors. Because some women, they can scream. They can just scream. And you don't know where the screaming coming from. Just a small thing, you know, people are fighting and she's raising up. I mean, I've been attending cases of young people fighting in relationships. And the man is saying, I'm really shocked. I know she's not like this, but now she's this monster. So, and this is escalating GBV. I mean, we have got a lot of Zanin last day. I mean, cases went double up of GBV in Zanin alone. And it's a huge concern why GBV is shooting up. And we have got early marriages which are just starting and they're breaking up. Everyone is just a monster. So I think your story as well, it needs to be aired a lot so that people can understand that even if you are hurt, you can still heal the way you have healed them.
Yeah.
You can still heal.
Because myself, I used to cut myself. Whenever I felt like I want to remove the pain, I would take a razor and cut myself. So at the end, I asked myself a question: why am I doing this? I'm hating myself the way the perpetrator has hurt me. And I'm more than hating myself because it will leave a scar. I know the rape has left a scar, which is HIV, but this one is something that when I walk around, everyone will see it. Why am I doing this? That's when I began to tell myself, no, I'm standing up. I want to fight for what other people out there, they don't know how to fight it. And that's how I fought the monster inside me, which was controlling me to hurt myself.
Sure. So you were literally cutting yourself because of
pain
inside.
Yeah, because of pain. And by the time I was cutting myself, I felt like something,
coming
I
out.
feel relieved. Yeah, just to see that blood, I would be relieved.
So we can, what can we say now?
So what do you look like you are running?
That's what we are. You can't stop. My goodness. No, you know. No. You know what? I'm just saying, no. You know, you're teaching me a very good lesson. To say someone can do something which is nasty because of what happened in the past. Because of pain. I mean, I could not expect a person cutting himself. Yeah, because of, I mean, just impeaching himself. Just like that.
Things are happening. I even took tablets by once. Full container of tablets.
Trying to commit suicide.
Yeah. I took a container of tablets, drank those tablets, all of the tablets. Then I just fainted. It dragged me, fainted, started vomiting. They took me to Mangoing Hospital. Then I got recovered and came back. So one of the doctors asked me, what's wrong with you? What's happening? You're like, where is that innocent soul I used to know since you were growing up? I was like, yo, do you know me? And she said, yes, I know you. I was a friend to your mom. I'm this person. Then she tried to explain everything. That's when my mind came back and said, oh, I know this lady. Then she's the one who has motivated me and inspired me, I can say, in a lot of ways. Then she told me that don't try to kill yourself. You don't know what's happening to you. It's something that you will be guiding people through it. So don't try that. Then that's how I try to keep my ground on the same place and tell myself that no, actually killing myself is not a solution. I'll be satisfying that monster.
Yeah.
My weakest point, which is what I shouldn't do. Sure. So she motivated me. Even now we are still communicating. She'll be asking about my well-being, and she's the first person to purchase a copy from me.
Sure. Shakira, because of our time, I think we're running short of our time here. But your life, I think we must just act a movie. I think we must just go and write a script of this thing.
It's like a movie.
Yeah, it is a movie.
It's
a horror movie. But I wouldn't like to be that brother.
Yeah.
No, in that movie, I don't want to be that.
You make me wild.
No. I don't want to be that brother. I want to be that doctor.
Ow.
Yeah.
But she's a female one.
No, I'll be male one.
How?
I'll be the policeman.
What home?
I'll be the policeman selling the doctors. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tapiola, it's an honor to have you here.
Yeah.
And you are a blessing to the nation. And not to South Africa alone, but you are a blessing to humanity. You are a woman of power. You are a woman of value. You are a woman of influence. I mean, at your age, this is a very powerful book. And I'm also proud of you. And to those who are listening, this book is a must get. To women who were raped, it's a must get. You are an inspiration, a great inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are having women who are suffering now, developing depression. Some that are developing cancer. Some that are hypertensive. Some that with heart disease because of the past. But you never showed, and you still don't show any sign of cracking. This can only be God. This can only be God who has done this for you. So, I want you to say your last words, or before you can say your last words. But in the back of your mind, you must know that a movie is coming. We, Nico, and we're going to do this movie.
Absolutely.
So maybe before we can give you the final words, we want Nico to say something. If you've got something to say pertaining this.
Regarding what you have already said, Mr. Moy, she's indeed an inspiration to women.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of women out there who are depressed because of such cases. Some have already taken their lives because of this. So with this book, it shows that indeed you didn't crack, but you conquered.
Yeah.
So I think by watching these videos, a lot of women would be impressed and they'd be motivated because of what you have went through. And we really appreciate women like you. You really inspire us a lot. That's all that I can say.
Thank you.
So, otherwise, Sapelo, what are your last words? Don't fall to crack, but to conquer. What are you saying?
My last words, I can say, I know there's still a lot of women out there who are going through the same I went through, or you are going through the rough patch that my mom went through, but you are afraid to talk. I can tell you, not be afraid to talk. Go out there, find help, seek help, confide, talk to anyone you feel safe to talk to. Those have written what they went through in a form of a manuscript. Please publish it out there. Find publishers so your book can be known, because many women feel safe through writing, just like I did. If you feel like you want to see a psychologist, please go out there, find a psychologist than committing suicide, because killing yourself is not a solution. I even tried to commit suicide, cutting myself to leave scars, bleeding myself out, draining my emotions. But guess what? I saw that there's no solution through that. Just find yourself a copy at every bookstore. You can go to P&A or Lifestyle Center or even Lifestyle Books in Zanini, Tohoyando, Polokwane, everywhere. Just get a copy of Don't Fall to Crack but to Conquer, which is written by Tapelo Mkonto, the author, and get a chance to heal through this motivational book. Thank you so much, listeners, and those that are watching. I am inspiration of this world. I am empowering women, and I can say, if I did it, you can still do it. Danko!
Thank you. Okay, you can get this book by hitting in the inbox.
Yes.
If you can't get it wherever you are, you can hit our inbox. And then we'll arrange payments. We can still send it to you by post office or by courier. It's still available, that option, right?
Yes, they can go through my Facebook page, which is Tapelo Mkonto, then hit my inbox, send me every details, or you can go to my WhatsApp, text 060-793-4792. I will repeat it again, 060-793-4792. It's my WhatsApp number, and it's even for calls, it's for everything. After you have paid for your copy, please send proof of payment through my WhatsApp. Then we'll find a way forward on how you can get your copy.
Tapelo, look at yourself now, Nico. I can't wait to go to Addis Ababa and address women there.
And I'm even glowing.
You are glowing. I mean, you are glowing, and you know what, your history doesn't match you at all.
No.
You are glowing, you are just that marvelous woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
you didn't allow the past to define
no.
you.
No, and I didn't allow HIV to define me also.
No. But then, that's topic another day, eh? Otherwise we can start again. Yeah, you never allowed HIV to define you or tuberculosis to define you.
Yeah.
Wow. It's, dear listeners, it's an inspiration to have Nico and Tabele in the studio. These are just amazing guys, and we can't wait to have another meeting again where we'll be explorating, going deeper about these things. We need to know more about it so that it can help the world outside them. And to those who are listening, if we've got women who are victims, who want to speak out on this program, we are available. You can come. Let's speak out as much as we can. Women outside there, let's speak out. Let's educate this to humanity that is not right. And even if it's not right, it doesn't define my destination.
Yes.
I mean, we can still make it. We are ahead, but we're not destroyed. I mean, as the Bible says that we are squashed from both sides, but we are never destroyed.
Amen.
We are still strong. Everything which happens for good, right?
Yeah.
And here you are strong. You are even motivating me, motivating him and them.
Yes.
So please hit our subscribe button on this. On Tapelo Mukonto, you can hit it. On my Facebook page, you can hit it. And let's share as much as possible. Let's help people outside there in the world. People need to hear this, Tapelo.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Nico. I think she's coming to Free Start. When you go back to school, we must arrange.
Yes, and when you go back to school, know that being a pauper doesn't mean you won't be successful in life.
No. so Tapelo, we are going to the University of Free Start. So when you go back to the University of Free State, please arrange a talk. We need a talk.
Yeah.
We need a talk.
We do.
Bella, we are not here. Thank you. Guys, a blessing. And dear viewers, thank you so much. It's a pleasure for you to listen to us. And Tapelo, it's a great honor for you to be here. I mean, we are still going to places. We are still going to places in Yuko. God has a lot in store for us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. You are a blessing. You are a blessing, Nico. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, guys. Amazing. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you, camera. Mr. Cameraman, we love you. We love you. We love you.
We love you, cameraman.